wait on table 6.
It's lunchtime at this soup kitchen in New York City, and the turnover at the tables is brisk. Part of the solution, or POTS, is widely known in the Bronx as the friendliest soup kitchen in the borough, and there are lines out the door for hours.
We get people that work in, and they come over to eat lunch because they can't afford that $7 to $10 a day, so they can come here and eat for nothing and save that money.
Michael Kennedy has a job at the nearby cinema and eats at POTS 5 times a week. He found it hard at first to swallow his pride and ask for help, but says the soup kitchen is a powerful equaliser.
I'm well beyond the point of not me, not I, you know? I'm beyond that. I'm like everybody else. And again, it doesn't really make any difference who you are and what you once were. The reality of it is that I needed to come here to get help with housing, to get help with Medicaid, to get help with food stamps, and to get a meal.
A few years ago, this place was serving about 70 people a day. These days, it's more likely to be closer to 400. But it's not just how many people are coming through the doors, it's the kind of people who are relying on this place for their next meal. Hunger in the US is spreading across racial, age and class lines. The Food Bank of New York City distributes food to 800 local soup kitchens, including POTS, and more than half of them are reporting a 25% increase in first-time customers.
There are people coming crying. There are people coming, with their heads down. I don't want my friends to see me. I can't believe I'm here. This is my first time. Or the phone call comes in and say, when can I come when nobody else is around?
Can anybody help today, sir? For the homeless today.
Living in New York comes with a hefty price tag. In the lead up to the recession, the cost of food and housing steadily increased, but wages and fixed income, such as Social Security, stayed the same. Research by the Food Bank found about 4 million people in the city have difficulty affording food.
It isn't a question of a shortage of money. There isn't a shortage of money in America, but there is some question about political will and getting the job done to help people in need.
It's a shame that people are hungry in New York, but hunger does not have a geographical locale. Hunger is everywhere.
Charities and aid groups in the US face an additional challenge because hunger isn't always obvious.
Right? It could be the person sitting next to you on the subway. It could be the elderly individual who lives at the end of your block. You just don't know. You don't know that they're skipping meals, or you don't know that there's a mom in the house next to you who's not eating for several days because she wants to make sure that her kids have enough to eat. These are all hidden behind doors and walls.
The Food Bank predicts more people will find it hard to pay for food next year, even as the government points to signs the economy is recovering. But with winter coming on, for millions of Americans, the hard times are far from over. Cath Turner, Al Jazeera, the Bronx, New York.